Howdy, partner. Welcome to the new stadium, a new Marble League, new hosts, and new opportunities. I'm Greg Woods. Don your 10-gallon hats and come join us. That'd be, 38 liters to the rest of the world? Well, whatever you're wearing, we welcome you inside of this stadium where we get ready to make some dreams come true. Others, their hopes will be dashed and they will be forced to sit out this year and watch from the sidelines as the tumbleweeds roll by.
Welcome, all marbles, to the qualification rounds of Marble League 2025. 28 teams will be competing for 12 qualification spots in the tournament. Congratulations to our hosts and last year's podium holders, the Rangers, Blackjacks, Snowballs and Team Momo, who are already qualified and will compete in the friendly round.
Well, that about sums it up. I guess I don't have to explain all of that. No. We are here with 28 teams, but as was said, not all of them will make it, and we've seen some great attempts and some harrowing near misses. This friendly round gets us started with Momo leading the Snowballs. In this relay, you get a sense of how this goes. The anchor leg incredibly important as the Snowballs will make it work on the final handoff. And in doing so, set a Marble League record? What? 7-8-9-3. That's a new record. That was the friendly round. They're not even supposed to be exerting themselves right now, but wow. Talk about raising the bar. Green Ducks get a good launch, but start to lose out. It's Hazers up there in lane 2. They hold the lead and will carry it across the line. Mellow Yellow will nab second place. Or will they? Oh, I believe... Hang on, we've got a lot to unpack here. That's a new Marble League record for the Hazers, and the Indigo Stars got by right at the line to beat Mellow Yellow. My goodness. Jungle Jumpers, they're quick in lane 1, stretching that lead. Limers with a wonderful handoff. And through the bottom half of that run, it was all Limers. Don't tell me we've reset it again, have we? By gosh, we have. 7-2-4-6. The marbles are coming to play. If this is giving us anything to go off of what this Marble League will be like, and this is only qualification, we could be in for a doozy. Top lane is going to lose out. Savage Speeders get the crazy cat's eyes through the anchor leg. The speed that they were able to carry on that final handoff made all the difference. Was not a Marble League record. I think they're realizing that maybe we tone things down a bit. As long as you qualify, that's the main thing. So many moves in the offseason. We'll be talking about that throughout the Marble League proper. Minty Maniacs, though, are going to struggle. That is one of the biggest leads given up that we've seen so far in these rounds. And it's Team Plasma that are going to get the win in the bottom lane. 7-7-9-3 Galactic. Their time only good enough for 13th. Solar Flares down in 16th. Minty Maniacs, had that one. This is an interesting element to these games. You are racing against everybody around you, yes. And look at that. How much things can change. To finish that thought, yes, you want to win your heat. You want to beat those around you. But you're also racing for time compared to everybody else. And Raspberry Racers go through in 7-5-1-8. That puts them in 7th. The Bumblebees, that was a disastrous run after what looked to be a promising start. Wolfpack, Gliding Glaciers, Purple Rockets, and Shining Swarm. Shining Swarm with an excellent handoff. And again, in the anchor leg, it all comes undone. Purple Rockets will sneak by. Look at how close that ended up being. The entire field sits on a 7.8. You have to go down to the 100th and sometimes 1,000th to separate them. Balls of Chaos, Oceanics, Pinkies, and the Cobalts. Cobalts on the bottom lane. How does the handoff go? It doesn't go well for them. They will get second place, but it's all about the time. Good roll for the Oceanics. 8 or 10 length victory on that one. 7.372. That's good enough for fourth. Cobalt slot into the top 10. Yankees and Balls of Chaos on the outside looking in. Here are the results thus far. 7-2, 4-6 for the Limers up top over the Chocolatiers. Hazers come in third. And looking down at the bottom, Solar Flares 8-4-1-4. It was not a good sequence of handoffs. And 30 points go to the Limers. You see the top 12 on the left. Those, of course, will be the ones that will move on to the proper Marble League. And then we will also have the intra-team standings for the friendly round over in the other part of your screen. But this event is wrapped up. Points awarded. We move on to the second of four after an eventful relay that could see quite a few changes in the record once we get to the actual handing out of medals. In the roll down here for our first attempt at block pushing in the friendly round, the Snowballs will edge ahead past the 85 mark. They did not use that trailing hammer formation that we see a lot of the teams employ. And it worked out well for them, 86-4-0. Not a Marble League record like they set in the first round of the friendly, which was then subsequently reset by just about every team thereafter. Good launch for Team Primary. They may hit the block first, but they definitely don't get the last. Look at the Bumblebees in lane 2, almost at 100. We'll wait for the official mark here, and it looks to be just shy, yes. 99.10 for the Bumblebees. That is the new mark to beat. Primary back at 94 in second. That's a lot of gap for some teams to fit in with a chance of advancement. This was a much closer battle, at least between three of the teams. Hazers trailed off the back. Watching the Minty Maniacs down here trying to get into second place, and I think they may have just done it. Yes, they did. But it's Rojo Rollers 87-30. Wins the heat, does not get in the top four in the overall. So that entire heat, shorter than run number one. Here in 3, separation in the bottom lane. We'll see if that works well for him. It does not. Lane 2, Raspberry Racers will get the win between these four. And they match up decently well. That last little hammer threw them back up to 99.5, and that resets the top distance. Bumblebees no longer on top, 99.5. Working our way through the 28 teams competing here. And that will not give them high marks. May just get in the neighborhood of 90. How close will it be? 89.6. Good enough for 6th for Team Plasma. Everybody in the heat. Lower down. Turtle Sliders, Solar Flares, Green Ducks, and the Wisps. Solar Flares very late out of the gate. Look, they've got 2 off the back, and they suffer. Not part of the game plan. And they lose out big time. Green Ducks. They get 2 or past 100. No, 99.45. 0.05 off of our leaders. Hold the celebratory quacks for now. We still have 2 runs to go. This one stays close right up until the end. Look at Mellow Yellow, what they were able to do on the bottom lane. How far back? What is that? That's a good 30 centimeters behind. Delivering that last push, and it made a difference. 1:04.15. That's a new Marble League record. It's been held for 2 years by the Midnight Wisps. Look at how many teams have been flirting with that 100. Mellow Yellow said, you can have your 100. I'm going to do you 4 better. Savage Speeders. They're challenging. They may have it. Similar to what we had in the relay race, did we just reset it a second time? You hear the trumpets. We sure did. 105.40. Savage Speeders. They want their turn. Record moves up to them. Mellow Yellow enjoyed it for a good, 30 seconds maybe. And with that being the final run, what a way to end block pushing in the qualifiers. Speeders get it over Mellow Yellow, Raspberry Racers, Green Ducks, and the Bumblebees. Hazers down there in 28th. Solar Flares, another disappointing finish. Chocolatiers, Pinkies, Balls of Chaos are down there as well.
In third place,
Crazy Cat's Eyes, 18th. Rojo Rollers, Oceanics. All right, how are we doing after 2 events? There are the top 12. From Mellow Yellow down to the Chocolatiers. Cobalts are in there. Not to jinx things, but Cobalt's in 8th for the moment. They've never qualified. Sorry if that was a preemptive commentator curse. Ride the Waves with us this time. 2 dumped into the catch basin on the far end. But how about O'Rangers with 2 10s? One was lost really early back there in 4, you see, for the Blackjacks. And Momo, 41. Props to the O'Rangers. A 0, and they still managed to hold on to second place. Well, Snowballs lead the friendly now by 1 point as we go back to our qualifiers who are attempting to join those 4 teams in the big one. That is a gaggle of marbles in 9. You don't often see that with how many are out there going over each of these waves. So many opportunities for collisions. Looks like Cobalts did that to themselves back there in 5. And Bumblebees down there in 36 as well. But Green Ducks 2 ahead. 38 is our top score. Chocolatiers, Minty Maniacs, Thunderbolts, and Balls of Chaos in a different order as they sit in the blocks, but now they get jumbled up anyway. Minty Maniacs push 2 of them too far. We've got 4 marbles sitting back there in 6. It's a little unusual. A lot of them in that 8-9 range. Balls of Chaos, they've got the top now, 41. Big drop-off there. 20 points for the Minty Maniacs. They got just single digits for 2 of their marbles. Not ideal. Oh, we've got a couple of them back in the 2 or 3 basin. Yes, 2 and 3. That is the result of poor coordination. And in this case, oh my gosh, 3 of them in the 5 for Team Galactic, and somehow they still don't go last. That's Rojo Rollers among them. 28, I mean, that's better than the 21 that we just saw a run or 2 ago. Purple Rockets move up into 3rd. Crazy Cat's Eyes, Team Plasma, Indigo Stars, and Jungle Jumpers. A lot of clear and colored marbles in this one. Too far for the Cats. They will have a pair of goose eggs. We've also got marbles back in 2 and 3 again. Obviously, the goal being get as far down the course as you can. Don't land in the catch basin. You go past 10 and you get a 0. And that's exactly what happened to the Crazy Cat's Eyes. 15th out of 16 teams. Jungle Jumpers down there in 14th with just 23. Plasma on the edge of the top 5. Raspberry Racers, Turtle Sliders, Mellow Yellow, and the Wolfpack now. It's always a great view from the end as you see them cresting over the waves. And this is a colorful spread. No zeros. But I'm not sure how high these scores are going to be. Look at that. All double-digit finishes for this entire field. 34 down through 27. That is 10th, 12th, 16th, and 17th. 2 more runs to go. Speeders, Glaciers, Wisps, and the Hazers. Everybody makes it past 4 at least. We get 1 in the catch basin. That will be for the Hazers. How about Speeders? They've got 2 in the 10. Where did they lose some of their other marbles? One of them's running out of steam just past 6. No, rolls back into 6. 2 of them collide with each other. One of them in the 8. And that gives them a score of 40. Same as the Gliding Glaciers, but because the Speeders have a couple of 10s versus the Glaciers' 9s, they move up into second place, still chasing Balls of Chaos with their 41. All right, last chance. Solar Flares, Limers, Team Primary. And the Pinkies. Pinkies are going to... Oh, look at this. Pinkies have 3 in the 9. Get out your abacus here because this is all going to come down to the numbers between... Look at how many marbles are in 6, in 9. The Limers get the win among the group. They go up to 38 and 4th. Team Primary, disastrous 17th place finish. Solar Flares, they get in the top 10 in the final run. A 1-point win for Balls of Chaos over the Speeders and the Glaciers. Minty Maniacs finish in dead last. Crazy Cat's Eyes, a surprising 2 zeros as well. They notched just 21. Savage Speeders are at the top. And green means they are guaranteed to make it to the big show. Limers in second, Green Ducks, Indigo Stars are up there. Cobalts have fallen out of the top 10, top 12, I'm sorry. But still, 1 event to go, and this is a daunting one. You see the sand conditions, all of the obstacles, the multiple pathways that you can take. A long run. But first we start with the friendly round. Mo, Snowy, Tarako, and Hart are for our auto qualifiers. And down they come, a very wide entry ramp. Makes me wonder if all 28 marbles are going to be released at the same time when we get to this event for the proper qualifiers. It's Momo out in front. A good 10-length lead over the O'Rangers, but they love sand. Let's see if they start to close up. Battling back and forth with the Blackjacks. As they watch the Blackjacks behind them, Snowballs get by. Momo trying to cruise almost wire to wire here under the bridge. O'Rangers catching the draft and lose it. Just the friendly round, of course, but a good chance to try out this course. Maybe that's your goal here. Try some different lines that wouldn't normally work and see if you can add something to your arsenal to use when you get in the main competition. Momo gets the win. Snowballs, Blackjacks, and O'Rangers, and that sets the entire friendly round. We'll get our results here in just a moment. 44 seconds. Nearly a full second ahead of the captain of the Snowballs. Hart for the Blackjacks, their captain. Finished in third. Momo wins the friendly by a single point. All right, so here we get a look. It'll be 14 marbles that are going down at one time here in run number 1. Five captains in the field, plus a reserve, and we are off. That turn, that slight right-hander, marbles got very high on it. Going to have to watch their speed as they drop down next time. Field still sorting themselves out right now. Let's see how this works. Hazers right in the middle there, trading with the Green Ducks. That's been a great duel. Several marbles going back and forth. What is this? Team Galactic Starry out in front, it appears. The marbles getting a fine coating of sand as they work their way down the course. We did not get a sand condition check before this race, but you can tell there's some moisture out there, and that adds a whole new element. Jungle Jumpers making a good run into second place. Bumblebees in third, in front of the Hazers and Green Ducks, whose battle continued all the way down this course. Savage Speeders in last. Speedy, 48.29. Just under 4 seconds off of the leader. Indigo Stars, Montoya, second to last. All right, run number 2. Three reserves, 4 captains. Last chance. Off they come. Raspberry Racers held the lead into that first turn, hit it hard. Limers Sublime goes up into first, but here come Raspberry Racers, and that's a nice draft by the Wolfpack. They take a turn up front before hitting the wall and going backwards. Fine dusting here as Crazy Cat's Eyes. They go up into the lead. They need a good result after how their qualifiers have gone so far. Thunderbolts in a duel toward the back of the field, but we go at the front. Siren under the bridge. Past the fans. This speed is pretty quick. Let's see if they continue it all the way down the course. Limers have fallen way back. Streaking down toward the finish line. Oceanics win it. Crazy Cat's Eyes second. Wolfpack up there consistently through the race. They get third in front of the Pinkies. Solar Flares and Cobalts come through in the top 6. Looking at run 2. 2 captains in the top 4. Limers down there in 14th. Raspberry Racers not great for the fruit circuit on that end of the grid. And so, looking at the combined times, Oceanics get the win over Team Galactic, Crazy Cat's Eyes, and the Wolfpack. Savage Speeders down in 28.
2025's qualified teams. Midnight Wisps,
And there you see it.
Pinkies,
The
Raspberry
final
Racers,
standings.
Chaos, Bumblebees,
Oceanics,
Cobalts,
Green Ducks, Savage
Limers,
Speeders, Mellow
Team
Yellow,
Deluxe,
Team Galactic, Limers.
Mellow
Yes,
Yellow,
it's the
Savage
Cobalts.
Speeders, Green Ducks,
For the
and
first
our
time
qualification
ever,
winners, the Oceanics.
the Cobalts will be competing in the Marble League. How many years have they been trying? So many near misses. A team that is absolutely worthy of inclusion in this event. Let's see what they can do when it comes time to collect the medals. Thanks for watching, everyone. Opening ceremony on its way.